I am just really excited how this garden, my new tree garden and future garden, because I'm gonna try and put this garden, I'm gonna put this garden somewhere inside here. So gonna find the right spot, or maybe just make in between like beds, and have my veg. I have an area there at the back where we haven't yet really cleared out. There's still broom and rosemary, so I'm gonna clear that area out, and hopefully that will become the new vegetable garden. And here I'm planning on having just fruits and all different types of stuff, maybe some beautiful flowers. We shall see what it brings. So what does one do when the dinosaur gets stuck in the mousetrap? Oh, it got off free and it's gone. Going to the workshop. What a beautiful sunset. Sun is starting to set. The thing is, it's so hot at the moment that getting things done is quite hard, because you only have a certain time of getting things done. So it's early in the morning until about 11, then things start getting hot. And then in the evening from about 7, 7:30, that's when you can get things done. And then around 9 it gets dark. So yeah, there's not much time of getting things done, and things are going slow at the moment, very slow. So since I'm gonna move the solar system, I need to first make sure that the load is off. So what I'm gonna do is first kill the mains to the house. And since there is gonna be no solar coming in, and for my safety, yeah, it always does that. Nasty spark. So this is for my safety. I've now taken the breakers out and now can disconnect the solar. A very important thing is when you're doing this, to disconnect the solar, you have to make sure that the load is always off. So this is running to the house, and then you got to make sure that that is deactivated. That is the solar coming into the inverter. So I got no electricity coming in. The electricity is still live on the solar itself, but nothing is coming in right now. Actually, I can leave this on because that still carries the load. So that's now going to go to the battery. I don't need to deactivate the house. I just need to deactivate the solar, which I have done. So as we can see, it's still running. Now we're running off the battery. So things are still powered. Since we are no longer running off solar, I'm gonna power up the generator just in case. So that, because I have the boiler and stuff running. So now the generator is on. So I'm gonna power the inverter off. Switch it off because it has that silly safety inside. And when you power up the generator, there are inverters that switch themselves, but this is not one of them. So now here we see charging is blinking and showing grid electricity. So our grid electricity is actually the generator. Now it's powering the house, so it's carrying the loads. So as we can see, the load is at the moment 1,500 to 700 and something watts. A little jumpy. So now I'm going to power back everything and battery will be charging, and now I can start dismantling the solar. So walking by the boundary, checking what has to be done, because I have a feeling that the fence will be done soon. So they left wood there that I have to remove, and I'm checking for other things. There's like here, there's a tree in the way. So this small tree gotta go because it's like literally in the way. So walk past this tree here, and I'm just hearing woo. And then look closer and see that there's actually bumblebees. A whole bunch of bumblebees in this tree. And I'm just hearing humming. So I'm not sure if there's a nest inside here, but there's a ton load of bumblebees inside this tree. So let's see if we can make any sense out of this. No. I'm not seeing anything that makes sense why these bumblebees are in this tree. And I've literally never seen bumblebees in a tree. Amazing. So there's some bees, there's bumblebees. Interesting. So a little update to Fort Knox. No, Alcatraz. So Alcatraz is doing well, even though I got this gate. No breakouts, just a lot of mang. Hey, stop your mang. Come say hi. Come say hi, Leandro. No, say hi. Come here. Hey, come say hi. Huh? All this complaining. Complaining. So Mal has been busy. She's been breaking out. That's why I brought them up now. Not bad. She's always sticking around. She's just grazing around. I've just put up a new horse field, and why new horse field is because the neighbor complained that Mal was in his vineyard and eating the olive trees, which is totally not true. But to keep peace in the neighborhood, I decided to make a new fence, and I'm gonna put this fence on electricity, so it's going to be live afterwards, so there'll be no more breakouts. And Mel doesn't need that much electricity. She just a small zap, and she don't like that, so she will stay in. Louis is not the problem. And let's get these guys out of here, because they are just like literally bringing so many flies up there. So when they were down here, it was actually much better. So it's time to move them back. So let's see what's inside this bed. So not a big yield, but a yield. And this was the test garden, so did learn quite a lot out of this garden. Soil is very compact, so in future when we make the next garden, we are gonna improve that. But for such a hard ground, we didn't plant much, and we did make quite a little bit of a garlic. So now we got fresh garlic from the motherland. Look at that. Beautiful. So look, our little desert produced quite a bit of onion. Even though the ground is so solid, it made onions. And I have tried them. Very delicious. So the 2 trees are now ready to be moved. Well, not tree, that's a wild garlic. Moving them out of the desert. It is now time. Been neglected for quite a while. That one is drying out. That's a bay leaf. So not a moment too soon. That I'm getting them out. And then I'm going to plant them in where I planted the other trees. So it's 21:25. And sweating like crazy and trying to get things done, but it's hot and it's gonna get hotter, and it's like literally sunset. Sun has gone down and it's still freaking hot. It's gonna cool down eventually, but right now hot. What a beautiful morning on the motherland, and it is sounding like it's gonna storm. Having major thunder. I think it's just gonna be a thunderstorm. It's not really gonna be something interesting. Tomorrow rain is expected, but today it's actually no rain expected. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna work right now because there's so much to do. Gotta get these trees inside. Plants that I took out of the garden yesterday before the sun comes out. So now the temperature is beautiful. And I gotta move before things get nasty, because they get nasty really fast. I have just spoken too soon. Yeah, you can hear that. I have spoken too soon. I said no rain, but it's actually raining. It's drizzling, and we actually have 0% chance of rain, and it's drizzling. Well, I don't mind. It stays cool as long as rain comes down. It stays cool. So much to no rain, 0% chance of rain. Okay, now it's raining like crazy. I wanted to go and actually work and actually use this beautiful morning time. Wow. But look at that. It's like really pouring down. Leo, you're out in the rain. Oh my God. That is like a summer storm. Unexpectedly rain. Beautiful. That is beautiful. It is going to get hot later. We're looking at 35 degrees, UV8. So this is like a small little blessing in between. But it's raining too heavy for me to go and work out in the rain. Oh my God. Beautiful. This is amazing. Unexpected rain. Tomorrow rain is expected, so that will be 2 days of rain. That will be beautiful. Okay, so since the ground is so hard, I am now using water to drill because there is no other way that you're going to get the drill into there. So the plants that I took out yesterday from the garden, I am now going to put the holes in so that they can now have a new space. So now we can actually see the trees. Since everything is starting to dry out, you can actually see where the trees are planted. All that green stuff. Lots of trees. So there where I moved the solar, looks like I could do something there. Maybe move the future garden there? We shall see. So now it's time to have some fun. It's just way too hot to do anything. So instead of being useless in the heat, I've decided now to plant. So I got my seed box here.
In the garden, plant a seed. Water it grows with speed. Flowers, veggies, trees so tall. Plants are friends, we love them all. Plant a garden, watch it grow. Nature's gifts from high to low. Caring for the earth we love. With help from the sky above.
Okay, so I've moved the solar. Now let's see if we can get everything back online. First we're gonna take the load off. So fully switching off the system, and now put the switches back in. Okay, so bring in the juice, the power. And let's see if everything is working. Now it's starting up. Okay. Sounds like power is coming in. Just gotta get the house. And we are back online. Pumpkins, you ready? You ready? Get the hell out of here. And they're looking so good. Lost their winter coat. So they're saying nature is full of surprises. Well, so am I. I have no clue of what I planted inside there. And not to say that I couldn't have put some notes on them. I just didn't want to know. So just like how Mother Nature is full of surprises, I will be expecting surprises. Just planted 360 different types of I don't know what, because that's what it is. A big surprise of I don't know what. And look at that beautiful sunset in the background. That is just amazing. And we have beautiful sunsets like this almost every day, magically. But one really has time to enjoy them because you gotta be busy, and try to get things done on the motherland. But things are looking fantastic, I must say. Things are recovering, looking all good. I mean, look at this mango tree. This is really impressive what this mango tree is doing. Oh, look at the tomatoes. There's actually tomatoes on this one. Looks like I'm going to be having loads of tomatoes this year. Really, like crazy, because they're growing everywhere. I got tomatoes, chilies.